Hello, Internet. I'm me, and this is My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, Season 1, Episode 4. This is the Applejack episode, or Apple Bucking season. And this episode is the first episode where we actually get to hear Big Macintosh speak. It's actually pretty impressive, and I liked it. And it coins the phrase, don't use your fancy mathematics to muddle the issue. It's pretty freaking sweet. I liked it. And I did, like, this was the few times you actually did hear Big Macintosh's voice. And actually, from the very few lines he says, you can really tell that this is a guy who's probably not too book smart, but he is really actually some, well, I would say streetwise, but, streetwise, but in the country. He knows that you can't really just do everything on your own, and though Applejack is very prideful, she is also honest. Now, a lot of people say, wow, shouldn't Applejack be more of the loyalty uh, element of harmony while Rainbow Dash be the loyal, be the honest? Because Rainbow Dash is more honest than loyal, and Applejack is more loyal than honest. And here's where I say, kinda. This is the thing. There are different types of way to interpret honesty. Now, Applejack, at the end of talking to Big Macintosh, actually says, actually does this, "Whoop, uh-oh, what did I get myself into this time?" Now, a dishonest person could probably go and grab a few friends while Big Macintosh is resting, and get all the whole apple orchard done, and say, yeah, I did it all on my own. But a truly honest person who said they would do something, even though they admit that it's not a good idea in any stretch of the imagination, will still try to do it on their own because they are a honest person. And actually, this episode shows how prideful yet honest Applejack truly is. From refusing help from both Twilight and, well, the rest of the main six, and actually going to sleep deprived to do this all on her own, Applejack shows that she is actually trying to do this on her own, that she is going to be this honest and loyal person and actually do this on her freaking own, even though she said it was a bad idea in her head, really. And that's something that I thought was pretty freaking interesting. And pretty much, of course, everybody knows how this episode goes. If you don't, Applejack says that she can, do the whole orchard all by herself because Big Macintosh is hurt. So Applejack decides that, yeah, I can take care of it all on my own. Tries, fails, tries, fails. Is pretty much getting sleep deprived and is not doing too well and is kind of going a little sleep deprived and crazy. And of course, Twilight Sparkle's trying to help her out, trying to help out her new friend, but nah, she won't have it. So what happens is, well, Applejack ends up failing and ends up just breaking down and actually asking for help. Now, this is a two-toned message to me because it's like, yeah, don't be so prideful. You can ask for help, but also don't be honest to a point to a fault. She could have been more honest and said to Big Macintosh, "You were right. I can't do this on my own." Instead of being going like, "I am an honest person and I will stick to my gut and say, and what I said, I will do." This is actually something a little deeper than the actual surface lesson and shows that though these are the elements of harmony, they do have their darker sides, to where each of the elements of harmony can be taken in a negative fashion, to the point where Applejack is honest, though she's honest about the wrong thing. If she's honest about what she says instead of being honest about the situation, then she actually drives herself to a maddening point instead of actually being honest with herself and the situation and saying she needs help and actually avoiding the whole thing and actually probably getting this done a lot freaking quicker. But then again, we wouldn't have an episode. As most of the first season episodes, this episode is actually very memorable, has a lot of one-liners that are still quoted today and were all the meme rage back then. And of course, I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10 because, well, my brother doesn't like Applejack, but I kind of do. And this actually plays to the old song from the original 1980s My Little Pony Friendship. Oh, My Little Pony it wasn't called Friendship of Magic back then, which is who's a silly pony? You're a silly pony. Who is? You is Applejack. Anyway, and don't ask why I know that. Don't ask. I had a little sister. Don't ask. Anyway, uh, so yeah, this episode actually kind of gives me a good little smile, like, oh, you silly Applejack. It actually makes me feel a little happy after I watch it, and it actually makes me feel that Applejack is really starting to grow as a character, though she's probably going to be the one who's most stubborn in growing. To where at the first time I saw Rainbow Dash, I thought she would be, but it actually shows more of because of Applejack's more country pride, she'll actually be a lot more stubborn and hard-headed into actually adapting into the new friendship. And actually, I think Rainbow Dash is actually going to be the one that's going to be the quickest integration into the new friendship. And as we see, I think she is. So yeah, that was my whole review on this episode, and honestly, it's more of a retrospective than an episode review and a character study. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna call it. I'm gonna still call it a review. It's just I'm saying the facts. But I will be coming up with episode 5 next time, which is whenever the hell I put it up. So until next time, y'all. Peace.